Hello, me again. So, in the forest, quite close to Buskett's Lawn car park, and I'm actually, as well as walking the Labradors, I'm looking for crab apples because I fancy making some crab apple jelly. It's really easy to make and it's very free, obviously, because you're picking crab apples from the forest, and most of them are on the ground, but I'd like to pick them from the tree as well, so you get a good spread of windfalls and not windfalls. As long as they're not too bruised, they're fine from the ground as a windfall. And the one thing the forest has got is an abundance of crab apples. And they're not the sort of apple that you can just eat because they're incredibly bitter and very small. And where are the Labradors? Come on, this way. What are you doing? So Maisie and Molly are in the distance. I've stopped and I've picked quite a few already. I've actually got a carrier bag, a Sainsbury's carrier bag, full of them. Let me show you what's inside. So currently, got about that much. I need about 4 kilos of crab apples because I'll probably pick through them and think there's a few dodgy ones there. Come on, because they might be a bit bruised. Might have missed them. They're enjoying themselves this afternoon. So I've got about 1.7 kilos and I'll show you how I weigh them in a minute. Oh look. So there's a crab apple tree there and there's quite a lot of windfalls. So it's been quite windy. So I think what I might do is stop here and pick a few up. There's different varieties of crab apple. I'm not very good at recognising them, but as far as I'm aware, there are no poisonous varieties growing in the UK. So it's fair game really, any crab apple will do because you're going to boil them up, you're going to put lots of sugar with them, and they have naturally got quite a high lot of pectin, so therefore it makes them quite easy to to set. So that's a little bit dodgy there, isn't it? So I tend to go for the smaller ones because the smaller ones tend to be lighter and therefore don't bruise when they hit the ground. They're all going to be chopped up into small bits before they put into my preserving pan. Might show you that later actually, depends if I get, oh, that's a bruised one. Let me move in a bit. I'm actually squatting down. Labradors are over there. And they tend to run around. They get quite excited when I pick things up because they think everything's for them. It really isn't. So, let's have a look. Oh, there she comes. That one's all right. So, a few small ones here. Okay, hello. Oh, yes. Look, you're not having it. You can't eat crab apples. We probably could. Give you a rotten tummy. Mummy. Maisie. Tell Molly not to eat my crab apples. Let's go over here a bit. Come around the edge because I'm squashing them too much with my feet. Let's pick some up here. What we got? That one's all right. That's okay. All right. In the bag. That's got a few bruises, but it'll be absolutely fine. That one's all right. That's all right. Thank you, Molly. You're not helping, Mole. You're really not. Right. Bruised. That one's all right. Bruised. Bruised. That's okay. A bit small, but that's absolutely fine. Okay, that one's fine. Could pick them off the tree, but in all honesty, they've had there's not that many on the tree, and also they're too far up now. Let's go down this side here. I know there's quite a lot here, but I'm not picking them all up because I can't be bothered. I need to weigh in a minute, see how we're getting on. They're okay. In the bag. That's right. Do. Yeah, these are okay. Oh, there goes one over there. Bending down, they'll hurt the knees. That's all right. Very pretty, aren't they? They're like borrower's apples. Okay. No, that's all right. No. That one looks all right. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, so got my stash in there really. So let's have a quick weigh. So I brought with me one of these. It's a luggage thing that you put on your luggage when you go on holiday and see how much you're going to be charged extra. Reset it. Now I've got to do this with one hand, so bear with me. So hook it under. pick it up. I've currently got just over 2 kilos, so I need twice as much really. You know, I need about 3 and a bit kilos, but I always think, like I said, get some extra, because if there are any dodgy ones, I can throw them away. Right, so I think what we'll do, you're not eating apples, are you? Molly, don't eat apples. Come on, girls. Ooh, that's a nice one there. Let's have a look. Yeah, that's fine. Right, let's walk on a bit further. And what I'll do is, I'm sure I'll come across another one, because there aren't so many. See, there's actually a tree here. That's not bad. Oh, look, they're quite big on that one. These are the ones the girls have been munching. Might just pick a few off the tree here, actually. Can you see those ones there? Let's have a look. These are quite ripe because they're coming off not too bad. Oh, that one's quite hard. Oh, these are big apples. Big, chunky ones. Yeah, they're a bit of all right, as Mary Berry would say. There's a few more in there. Just get this a bit too. See, what's happened is a lot of blown off. Oof. Ow. Oops, sorry, that's my thumb. I stopped it inadvertently there, so we'll carry on. Oh, they're all falling on the ground now. And on there. Oh, these are nice crab apples. Look at the size of these. Stop eating them, you'll make yourself ill. Perhaps we should move on. I might stop eating the apples then. Right, come on. Let's move on. Let's carry on walking and see if we can find some more. There's bound to be some more. Don't want to go too far because this bag will be really heavy. But hey, crab apple jelly. We like crab apple jelly. Come on, Labradors. Do you know, that ground looks really squidgy. Although Molly's walking across it okay. Give it a go. Don't get stuck. Ugh. It is very squidgy. Let's go this way. So squidgy they're having some food out of it, or water out of it rather. Right, come on. Let's find some more crab apples. I need to try and find a path. There is one up here somewhere. And I'll go through this bit here. Mind you, they're loving it. Off-piste, isn't it, girls? We're off-piste. Matron. So, crab apple jelly is basically crab apples, water, juice of 2 lemons, depending on how much you're making, and lots of sugar. That's it. Because you use the whole apple, you chop it into like quarters and boil it in the water. You then have to drip it through a jelly bag, so all the pulp gets left behind. And you can put that on the compost heap. But because you're using the whole apple, you know, core, pips, the whole caboodle, that has all the pectin in, so it all gets boiled out into the jelly, into the watery sort of lovely juicy stuff that's left behind. And I really like crab apple jelly because it has a hint of honey about it. It's sweet, but not ridiculously sweet. There's the path through there. Come on. Ow, it's been spiked. We need to find some more crabapple trees. They won't be in here because it's too dark. Okay. There be a path. We don't want to go that way because that takes us back to the car. Come on then, let's go this way. Let's go down this way. I actually might make the crabapple jelly this afternoon because it needs to boil for about half hour, 45 minutes, or sort of simmer, so all the apples themselves break down into a bit of a pulp. Then in a couple of bags that it drips through, best do that overnight really, get all the juice out, and tomorrow find the jars, sterilise them and boil up the liquid with sugar, test the set, and when it's more or less ready, I find jelly shouldn't be too hard, otherwise it's like rubber. I did some bramble jelly a few weeks back after going blackberrying. And it's so tasty, but it's a bit hard. I think I overboiled it. It's quite dark through here. Not going to find the apple trees around here. So how's your Saturday gone so far? So far this morning, got up, a bit tidy around the house, a bit of hoovering, watched a bit of telly, went to our local baker's and got a loaf of bread, came back, had some toast, that was rather nice. Do you know, I've just spotted someone who's in the background over there. He's got a bag as well. I wonder if he's going crab appling. He might do. There we go. Anyway. Although he's got body parts in a bag and he's get rid of them liberally. I expect he's probably crab appling. He doesn't look like a mass murderer. Apart from the axe he's carrying. Not really. Okie dokie, let's go through here. I'm going to turn you off for a minute and come back because I need to clamber over that tree in front of us. So, be right back. So one of the things that I really enjoy is making jams and pickles and chutneys. Probably chutneys and jams more than pickles. I always do pickled onions sort of towards Christmas, although I've still got quite a lot from last year. My biggest ones last year I did not only just ordinary pickled onions, but I did balsamic pickled onions, basically just using balsamic vinegar and normal pickling onions. Really nice. You get the crunch and the sort of the yeesh of the onion, but also you get that slight sweet follow through of the balsamic vinegar. In terms of chutneys, this year, as always, had a bit of a glut of courgettes, so I made some courgette chutney. I made that about 2 months ago. It takes about 2 to 3 months to sort of mature in the jar, although I did open a jar and try it, and it's very nice. It might be a bit sweet, but it's got some nice flavour, and I reckon that given a bit longer in the jars, perhaps towards Christmas, it will have sort of matured and be rather gorgeous. So, yeah, chutneys. Jam-wise, always make marmalade in January. I love orange marmalade. One of my favourite things. I always go for sort of quite thin cuts with the oranges. And I actually find cutting the oranges, because you know, you get like sort of 6 or 8 little oranges, Seville oranges, which you then have to take all the pulp out and then cut. I find that quite therapeutic. Sitting there listening to radio, slicing the orange peel. Strawberry jam is a must. Got to make strawberry jam every summer, and I made my batch earlier this year. Usually make it around June time, and that lasts. I usually make about 12 jars, and that usually lasts a good old year and a bit. So, like I said earlier, I made some bramble jelly this year. Went up Southampton Cemetery, where there's so many bramble bushes up there. Lots and lots of blackberries up there. So, picked a whole load of those, made some bramble jelly. Although, like I say, it was a bit overset, maybe a bit sweet, but it's nice. Very tasty. Very rich. What else have I made? I've made some quince jelly before. That's tasty, but quite frankly, it's like rubber, because once again, I overboiled it. Bit of a theme here, really. I'm not very good. When I think it's just about set, I always think, probably could do with a bit more. So I do it a bit more and then wish I hadn't. Have the old saucer in the freezer technique, and that works, but there you go. Doesn't matter, does it? Unless it's edible. Not too chewy. And what else? So I've done strawberry, orange marmalade, bramble, quince. Hopefully with this lot on my back in the bag, will be some crab apple jelly. Yeah, so quite nice things really. Oh, and the other one, piccalilli. So I've got an old WI recipe book. It's got a really nice recipe for piccalilli. The piccalilli is that chutney that you make with mustard and that colour that I can't think at the moment. It's a spice. It'll come back to me in a minute. Have it with cold meats and ham. It's really quite nice actually. Onions and things like that in it. Sometimes you see courgette in it, not courgette, cauliflower. It's very tasty. What is that coloured spice called? If you get it on your fingers or on a work surface, it stains like crazy. It'll come back to me. If you remember, stick it in the comments. I might remember it by then. Also, I have made some, now what was it? It was called ratatouille chutney, that's the one. Ratatouille chutney, once again from the old recipe book of the WI. And that has aubergines in it. And that's very tasty. Oh, that's nice. Very nice. So, still got a jar of that left in the cupboard. I'm not very snobbish with jars. I'm not one of these people that has to go and buy the Kilner jars. I just use any old thing. You know, if something is, I've had bought in a jar and I've run out, I wash it, sniff it. If it's a bit vinegary, I use it for chutney. If it's not vinegary, I use it for jam. So a bit of a mishmash of jars. Although I've got some similar over the years. And I do tend to perhaps overkeep them. As in, how often should you change the lid? As long as they seal and they're not gone mouldy or black, I think it's fine. So yeah, not stuffy or pompous or that bother when it comes to jars. As long as it's sealed, I can put a label on it. So we are in the enclosure, which means we've gone through a gate, and this is like a sealed bit, i.e. gated all round. If we see a horse in here, it's lost its way and it's got through a gate or over a broken fence somehow. And so there's various paths, like fire breaks really, I suppose. Gravel paths, as you can hear, crunch, crunch, crunch. Labradors really like it. Also I can see them. But I don't think I'm going to find any crabapple trees here, because I don't tend to get crabapple trees in the enclosures, because this is more the managed part. And I can't remember seeing any. So I need to go out of the enclosure. There's one down there. No. There's none down there either. So we'll carry on and then we'll try and get back into or out of the enclosure where the horses roam when we take more variety of trees like crab apples. So join me shortly. So I thought I'd give you an update. I've almost finished my walk. I've not found any more crab apples apart from now. And there's a tree here. It's absolutely resplendent with them. It's drizzling, and it's been drizzling for quite some time. It's really annoying. Right next to the cricket pitch. Looky, looky. So lots on the ground, but look at that tree. Oh, so many crab apples. Right, I think I'm going to pick it from the tree because the ground looks really manky and they look like they're going to drop quite soon. So let me put my bag down. Oh, and we lost Maisie for a while. She did her usual, wait, Maisie, you did your usual disappearing act for about 10 minutes. So Molly and I had to wait while we whistled, and that took forever. So I need another couple of kilos really. That's quite a lot of crab apples, but they're really nice. And this tree is not exactly lacking in crab apples. So I'm going to pick some crab apples. I might have to drag the tree down a bit. I've got a nice colour of these. It's raining, which doesn't help. A little bit damp, as am I. I'll have to weigh in a minute, but I reckon I need quite a few handfuls to make up to a couple of kilos worth. It's quite difficult to pick when you're trying to hold a phone at the same time. Why am I moaning? I'm getting free crab apples. I'll just drop that one, that's really annoying. Where's the other dog? Oh, Molly's over there. She's both, oh look, they're both down there. God, they've gone miles. Oh well, they know where I am. Right, let's go over this way. I'll come back. I think they get a bit bored when I'm picking apples. I suspect there's some deer poo or something they want to investigate, or, well, I say investigate, I mean eat. Well, I could actually go under the tree and keep dry, couldn't I? Here comes Molly. Come on, Mole. Come on, Labrador. Thank you. Maisie, where have you been? Thank you very much. What have you been eating? Why don't I trust you? Never trust. No, Molly, out. I do not want you eating my apples. It's bad enough I haven't picked them in the rain. Right. Oh, it's drier under here. I find this quite difficult actually. I might pause the video pick my apples and carry on, if that's okay. So there we go. See you in a second. So it's now raining quite heavily. You probably can't see that on the camera. 2 Labradors are going crazy. Let's get back to the car. It's also quite windy. I have, you can see in there, I have got just over 4 kilos of crab apples of various types. Oh, it's really windy. Oh, I'm getting very wet. And we're going to walk up here. Hopefully it might stop raining. I'm going to nip across. Oof. Gosh. There. Of course, I'm not wearing a coat because that would make far too much sense, wouldn't it, really? It's heavy. And windy. It's under here. Come on. Got towels in the car. If you're a Labrador owner, you go everywhere with towels just in case. Have I got water on the lens? Not yet, no, that's good. Come on, girls. Yucky poo. Right. Come on, soggy doggies. I'm getting wet. Don't like being wet. It's not cold, it's just a bit bleh. I've just spotted another crabapple tree up here. I forgot about this one. By the horses. Let's go under this oak tree. Oh, look at this thing. Got the acorns everywhere. So many acorns. Right, we're going to walk straight through these horses. And there's a great crabapple tree there, but I've got enough crabapples and it's absolutely chucking it down. And where are my Labradors? Come on, Molly. Come on. Let's get back to the car before we melt, because we are made of sugar. Hello, horses. Oh, my spectacles are getting so wet and I can't see very well. Hello, you. Hello, you. Come on. Let's go. Molly, Maisie, come this way. Come on. Come on. This way, Maze. Maisie, come. Come on. Good girls, come on. Don't want to bother the horses. Don't want you to be kicked. Although you're pretty good around horses. But all you need is a jumpy horse. And you'll be going, what the hell? Hello. A bit wet. I'm wet. Oh, there's another one here, look. See all the crab apples on the side here. Oh, I'm getting so wet. That's horrible. Ugh. Right, I'm also back to the car, so I'm going to turn this off because it's getting wet, I'm getting wet, and I'll see you a bit later. So, back in the dry in the house, in the kitchen, and I'm getting ready to do my crabapple jelly. So I've got my big old preserving pan. Do lots of stuff with that. I had a blue one, enamelled one, but I did marmalade and burnt it on the bottom, and for love nor money, it would not scrape off. So I treated myself to a new one a couple of years back, and this one's been brilliant. And even if things do catch, you can scrape it off. A couple of lemons, because you throw that in. Got the sieve, because I'll use that to wash the apples, because they're a little bit muddy. I usually don't bother washing them too much, but there's quite a few windfalls here, and they're a bit muddy. And a big basin of apples. I've actually got too many, which is not a bad thing, because I need to go through them, and if they're really manky ones, I can take them out. So I'm going to wash these, I'm going to core them, well not core them, I'm going to sort of quarter them, and then chuck them in there with some water. And once I've done a bit of that, I'll come back and show you what I've got to next. Okay, so that is, what, 2.7 kilos of crab apples. They've been quartered. I've also put in there the zest of 2 lemons, you can see on top. And now I need, I think it's 5 3/4 pints. I love the way we mix litres and kilos and pints and everything together. So 5 3/4 pints of water on that. So I've got my jug, which is a pint. I'm going to turn the tap on and then do 5 of these. So there's 1, 2, 3 pints. 4 pints. 5 pints. And finally, Esther, another 3/4 of a pint, which is about there. So that's 5 3/4 pints of water on there. Just turn the tap off, put the gas on. There we go. I get a wooden spoon out of the drawer. Spoon. So, okay, so that's now gonna sit and bubble away for blooming ages. So once it's bubbled away and mushed a bit, I'll update you. So this is where we are. We've been starting to bubble away. It's been on the gas for probably about 15 minutes or so. I use a bit of a potato masher just to sort of shove the apples under the water, make sure the lemon goes in as well, because it needs to be sort of a bit of a mushy mess really, but it needs to cook a bit longer to get the pectin out. But it smells really appley. It smells lovely actually. So I've got a wooden spoon as well. It's my favourite wooden spoon. I don't know why, but it's got a slight, it's knackered at the end where it's been used for everything. So yeah, I'm going to keep this bubbling away for a bit longer, and then I will give it a good old mush, let it cool down, and then I need to find my muslin bags out and get it to drip through overnight, because I reckon that's going to fill 2 bags quite a lot. Well, it'll fill 2 bags, not quite a lot, it'll fill 2 bags. So there we go. Anyway, so that's the update so far. Back in a minute. So that was a bit of a mess. So I've emptied my pot and they're all mushed up and lovely and juicy and cooked for about half an hour, I guess, really. So I've managed to get them into muslin bags. So there's 2 of them slowly dripping away. It was quite a performance. And I sort of attached and drew bits of string to the cupboards and let them drip over a bowl. I think I've probably got too much pulp because usually it does 2 bags, but hey, I've got a 3rd bag over here. So this is bag number 3, it's slightly bigger. Fortunately, I had 3 muslin bags. I managed to find this one, gave it a rinse through, and it's now dripping as well. So I'm gonna have quite a lot of liquid at the end, but that's no bad thing because it does reduce down, and also it's got the sugar added, so it'll probably end up just slightly less than there is. So they're gonna drip through for the next 3 or 4 hours, probably more, even overnight perhaps. There are no fruit flies around, so that shouldn't be a problem. I might strip them overnight because it will just get the best out of it. And you're not supposed to squeeze them because it'll go cloudy, and it's pretty cloudy anyway, but that should hopefully clear once I've got the lemon juice in and also the sugar, and it's boiled tomorrow. So there we go, that's where we are. I'm gonna end this video now. It's quite a long one, sorry about that, but it's been quite a busy day. Hope the rest of your day goes well, and I'll catch you next time when I'm probably boiling it and starting to jar it up. That may be tomorrow, it might be the next day or so. All right, then, take care, bye-bye.